Today's geography topic is atmosphere. There are three learning objectives which are: first, meaning of atmosphere. Atmosphere refers to the vast layer of air that surrounds the earth. Second, composition of the atmosphere. The atmosphere enables life on earth. It contains of various gases. The third, the structure of the atmosphere and its layers. All living beings on planet rely on the atmosphere for their survival. It supplies us with the air we breathe. Our earth is surrounded by a huge blanket of earth called atmosphere. It protects us from the harmful effects of the sun rays. Earth's atmosphere prevents most UV radiations from the space from reaching the ground. It also maintains the temperature. Without this blanket of protection, we would be exposed to extreme heat of the sun during day and get frozen during night. The atmosphere is responsible for making the earth temperature suitable for the living. You know that the air we take in while breathing is actually a mix of many gases which are invisible. Nitrogen and oxygen are the two gases which make up the bulk of the atmosphere. There are also smaller quantities of carbon dioxide, helium, ozone, argon, and hydrogen. All living beings on this earth depends on the atmosphere for their survival. We all inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. Human, animal, and plants take oxygen from the air as they breathe. Where does the oxygen come from? The leaves of a green plant use the carbon dioxide in the air to make food using the process of photosynthesis. During this process, they release oxygen into the atmosphere. Plants also use oxygen to breathe and release carbon dioxide. But to make food in the leaves, they use carbon dioxide and release oxygen. This is because plants are also living beings. Like human and animal, they need oxygen to survive. The amount of carbon dioxide released by humans or animals seem to be equal to the amount used by the plants, which make a perfect balance. However, now the balance has been upset by burning of fuels such as coal and oil. They added a lot of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, creating problem. Therefore, we need to maintain balance in the amount of carbon dioxide being released by the human activities and that being observed by the plants. The increased volume of carbon dioxide in the air due to burning fuels has affected the Earth's weather and climate. Our atmosphere is divided into layers. The first layer, troposphere, this layer is most important layer for the atmosphere. Its average height is 13 kilometers. The air we breathe exists here. Almost all the weather phenomena like rainfall, fog, and hailstorm occurs in this layer. Stratosphere. Above the troposphere lies the stratosphere. Mount Everest peak two-thirds of the way through the air on the Earth atmosphere to the ozone-producing stratosphere. This layer is almost free from clouds and associated weathers phenomena, making conditions most ideal for flying aeroplanes. It extends up to the height of 50 kilometers. One most important feature of stratosphere is that it contains a layer of ozone gas. We have just learned how it protects us from the harmful effect of the sun rays. Mesosphere. This is the third layer of the atmosphere. It lies above the stratosphere. It extends up to the height of 80 kilometers. Meteoroids burn up in this layer on entering from the space. It is mesosphere where it serves as a shield for meteoroids. Frictions in the mesosphere burns meteors, then they disintegrate into small pieces of dust. Thermosphere. In thermosphere, temperature rises very rapidly. With increased height, it extends between 80 to 400 kilometers. Temperature rises from minus 85 to 1000. This layer helps in radio transmission. In fact, the radio wave transmit from the earth are reflected back to the earth by this layer. Exosphere. The uppermost layer of the atmosphere is known as exosphere. This layer has very thin air. Light gases like helium and hydrogen floats into the space from here. This layer doesn't behave like a gas, and particles here escape into space. There are numerous meteoroids, natural satellites and rocket floats in the space. Exosphere places the uppermost edge of Earth's atmosphere around 700 kilometers to 1,90,000 kilometers. This is the structure of atmosphere.